You meet someone new. At first, they seem interesting, confident, independent, maybe even mysterious. There's something about them that pulls you in. But slowly, you start noticing a pattern. They keep their distance. They avoid emotional conversations. They disappear when things begin to feel real. And somehow, this isn't the first time it's happened to you. You start asking yourself a frustrating question. Why do I keep attracting emotionally unavailable people? At first, it feels like bad luck. Maybe you just met the wrong person. Then another one appears, and another, different faces, same emotional distance, the same slow realization that something feels missing. Emotionally unavailable people often appear confident and self-sufficient. They seem calm under pressure, independent, low maintenance. In the beginning, this can feel refreshing, especially if you value stability and maturity. But emotional availability isn't always visible at first. Distance can look like strength. Silence can look like confidence. And independence can hide emotional avoidance. Psychology explains this through attachment patterns. Many people develop relational habits early in life, ways of connecting that feel familiar, even if those patterns are not healthy. Your brain recognizes what feels emotionally predictable, not necessarily what is emotionally healthy. If you grew up around emotional distance, you may unconsciously recognize that distance as normal. Your nervous system doesn't see it as a warning sign. It sees it as familiar, and familiarity often feels like attraction. This is why emotionally unavailable people may feel strangely comfortable, even when the relationship itself becomes confusing. Part of you hopes that this time things will be different, and that if you show enough patience, enough understanding, they will eventually open up. But emotional availability cannot be forced. It can only come from self-awareness within the other person. Another reason this pattern repeats is emotional tolerance. People who are empathetic often give others more space, more patience, more benefit of the doubt. They try to understand instead of confront, and emotionally unavailable people are drawn to that patience. It allows them to stay in the relationship without confronting their own emotional barriers. Over time, this creates a painful dynamic. You invest more, they withdraw more. You try to repair connection, they try to protect distance. Both people feel misunderstood. The trap is believing that understanding someone will eventually change them. Understanding creates clarity, but it doesn't create emotional readiness. The turning point comes when you shift the question. Instead of asking, "Why do I attract emotionally unavailable people?" you begin asking, "Why do I stay?" Because attraction is not always the problem. Tolerance is. When you begin recognizing emotional unavailability early, the dynamic changes. You stop trying to prove your value. You stop waiting for emotional openness that may never come. Healthy relationships feel different. Not dramatic, not confusing, not unpredictable. They feel consistent, safe, mutual. Emotionally available people stay present even when connection feels uncomfortable. They communicate, they engage, they remain emotionally reachable. Recognizing this difference changes everything. If this pattern feels familiar, it may be a signal to examine what emotional behaviors you've learned to accept. Awareness doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means understanding the patterns that shape your relationships. Subscribe to Emotions and Decisions for psychology insights about behavior, attachment, and emotional patterns. Because understanding your patterns is the first step toward changing them.